Alright, Shalom. I want to start off by giving all praises and honor and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem, GMSHAWAII, by Hashem, Rakal Kwadash. I want to say double honors to the apostles and the elders at Great Millstone for teaching his word and truth and sincerity and for ruling well. And salutations to my fellow Akim across the four corners of the globe, preaching and prophesying in the name of Yahweh, by Hashem, GMSHAWAII. Hey, this is the brother Gabar Yahweh from GMSHAWAII, coming to you in another live lesson. The title of this lesson is America's Fighting Forces Through. Okay, and that was inspired by this video that I was watching on one of the brothers sent it on Elder Barak Gabar from the main camp sent it on WhatsApp. All right, and I'm gonna show it in a second. But you know, the America's Fighting Force is through, man. You know what I mean by that? What I mean by saying America's Fighting Force is through, because look at their soldiers. Look at who they have as a fighting force in the military, man. You got a whole bunch of sodomites, you got a whole bunch of women, you got a whole bunch of effeminate men, you got a weak generation, and these people don't want to go to war. You know, here it is, you signed up for the military. What you thought? You was just signing up for a job? You know, and a lot of these women, and I've been to war before, so, and I experienced war with females in it, and they were basically dead weight. You know, women in a wartime situation is dead weight. You know, especially women that ain't used to pulling their weight. You know, a lot of these women, they sign up for these jobs in the military for the benefits, because the benefits are good. You know, you get free housing, you get free clothes, you get you get benefits for your children, Medicare, medical, dental, all kinds of shit. You bitches can get your surgeries, some certain cosmetic surgeries done. You know, it affords you a life to travel. A lot of you women, especially the black women, the same one that's complaining about it, you know, will sign up for the army, the military, as a way out for herself, man. But what you thought, you wasn't gonna go to war? What you thought, you just signed up for the military and you were gonna get an MOS or military specialty, and you were just gonna sit behind a desk? Because most of these women, they don't want to do they don't want to do the hard job. They don't know what it's like to be shot at and put to death or their life threatened. They don't know what it's like to sweat it out. A lot of these women, especially when I was in the military, a lot of these women that so-called look like something, you know, they would get a pass. They were either getting popped by some of the higher ups or other soldiers, you know, wifed up by some idiot, you know, and passed through the ranks all quick. You know, a lot of these women, they get passed through the ranks fast. But a lot of these women, they're waking up to the reality that, hey, look, the military ain't what it's cracked up to be. Like this woman gonna say, you gonna see her, she's crying and shit, talking about she didn't sign up. She didn't sign up for she said she didn't sign up to go to war, man. You know, well, what you signed up for then? What you thought you was signing up for? So let me play this real quick. Let me play this real quick.
Intelligence. I had to watch videos that I can't even. Oh, this is what you signed up for. This is what you. Nobody goes into the military.
Hi,
beautiful battle, but you. Nobody goes in.
Salaki, just give me a second. I'll close this. Damn. There we go. So let me play this real quick.
To the military. Wanting to go to war.
Hi, beautiful battle buddy. I wanted to talk to you. You are absolutely justified in how you feel. You have every right to be afraid. First joined the army because I was military intelligence. I had to watch videos that I can't even speak about, that I still have dreams about. 6 months in, my first thought was, I did not sign up for this. I used to.
Yeah, that's the gist of that. You know, brothers, you can find it on TikTok, and you'll see the nigga woman complaining about what she didn't. What you thought you were signing up for? What you thought you were signing up for? A weekend at Bernie's? What you thought you were signing up to just get a check? Oh, war break out, they'll send the men. We can sit back here and look pretty. Hell no, bitch! You going to war, and you gonna be deployed. There's a draft coming. There's a draft. There's a great draft is coming for you women. The previous world wars only involved drafting the men of a certain age. But now they're like, look, we're gonna get you women. A lot of you women, you're on this feminist kick. Women can do whatever a man can do. There should be equal this and equal that. but you don't want the responsibility. When you in the army, you in the military, what you think that mean? You signed up for the Camaro and the free college, which the vast majority of you, when I've been in the military, I was in the military for a long time. I ain't gonna spew my personal information out, but I was in the military for a long time. I ain't doing just no 3 years, no 4 years. And so I've seen a lot. And I've seen a lot of women, a lot of men, when they come to that college shit, a lot of y'all ain't had no time to go do it, man. Them colleges on these military posts, there barely be anybody in them classes, man. You don't really get to tap into something like that until you get out the military, man. Which a lot of people end up re-enlisting, especially you women, man, because you want that lifestyle, and then you want to cry because you afraid of going to war, and they're not even talking about deploying you yet. You know what I'm saying? But you're gonna get deployed anyway. But there's a great draft coming. A lot of you women think that you just gonna get knocked up and you gonna skedaddle past the draft. That ain't gonna happen, man. A lot of you women don't want to deal with men. A lot of these men ain't gonna want to deal with you in that day, man. You know? Ain't nobody gonna give you no pass. Don't nobody want to have no babies to save you from not going to war, but you going to war. And you gonna die over there. And then it's a lot of you lower ranking and higher rankers, man. Because a lot of the nigga women, she'll go to college, graduate, and then join up for the army and become an officer because she want a comfortable job. She want that authority over people to tell men and women what to do. And she gets off on that. She gets that power trip. But then when it's time to go to war, now you afraid. Now you want to cry. Now you got social media. You can go on TikTok and you can cry and get a whole bunch of sympathy. Which I'm gonna go into this chick's TikTok. I think she said she wanted a psychic reading, man. Bitch, you don't need no psychic reader. I prophesy to you now. You're gonna deploy to the Middle East or the Balkans, whatever they at, and you're gonna die. Point blank simple. At least you repent. You're gonna die. You're gonna take the chip. You're gonna take the MOTB, and you're gonna die. You're gonna die, and you sign up for that military. You don't belong to yourself, and that's another thing. You people that sign up for the military, you think you belong to yourself. You don't. You belong to the government. They'll give you a nice pat on the back. They'll tell you, "Oh man, we support our troops," and all that other bullshit. But guess what? Your ass, they don't give a damn about you dying over there in that sandbox. They don't give a damn about you dying over there in that ice box called Russia or the Ukraine. Or wherever else they gonna deploy your ass, man. You gonna go where the army tell you gonna go, and that's point blank simple, man. A lot of you women, you think that you escaping authority on one level, but then you go to the military, you find out there's a whole nother ball game. And a lot of you women, you getting sexually assaulted up in there. Okay, you being whores up in there, turning into weirdos up in there. I know, I've been in the military. I know what it's like. I know what it's like having to work around females, man. And how a lot of them get over that they look like something, flash their ass, shake some titties, to work in the office. These bitches don't want to go out in the cold, be lifting up no boxes, be moving on motherfucking pallets and shit. They want the comfortable nicety, but that ain't how this work, yo. That ain't how this work. You sign up for that military, you belong to the government. You government issue, man. Ain't no use in crying about it. And that's why women aren't supposed to be in the military. That's why women ain't supposed to be fighting on no fighting force. But guess what? Since Esau set it up that way, guess what? You going. You going like that. The scripture says the Most High created a new thing. A woman shall compass a man. And you see that. The woman go completely around the man, and she goes out and she does what she want to do in this world. But then she cries when she got to have some responsibility, man. Which makes no sense. Which makes zero sense. You crying because you want some sympathy or a pity party. Because you may or may not have to go to war. I didn't sign up for this. Well, what did you sign up for? What did you sign up? And then the other chick telling some, you had the exact right to feel the way you feel. I was in military intelligence. These bitches get these high-ranking jobs, man, these security clearances and shit. Now I have dreams about videos that I seen. Videos, bitch. How about reality? How about being in the shit? How about seeing that shit? That shit that they witnessing over there in the Ukraine, men had to witness that for forever going to war, man. I myself had to witness that shit, man. Had to be a part of that shit. and get nothing for it in the end. And that's what that's when the real wake up call gonna come, when it's time for you to exit the military. When it's time for you to exit the military, you ain't shit to them. They don't give a fuck about you, yo, at all. And that's when Jake want to wake up and start thinking about themselves when they on their way out, man. But if you was in the military doing that before, you'd be all right. You know, I don't feel sorry for her ass, man, or any woman that joined that shit, or any man. Because at the end of the day, you shouldn't be joining up for that military shit. And it was crazy when I was a young man and a younger man, when Boys in the Hood came out, and I remember Lawrence Fishburne character said the military is no place for a black man. You know, he would say that, and then, you know, my dad, he came home trying to spew that Hollywood knowledge to me, and I didn't know what he was talking about. I was like, what? A military is no place for the black man. But every black man I know that ever been in the military say the same thing. Like, yo, that ain't no place for you, man. Because what, you gonna face nothing but racism. You don't belong to yourself. You basically a slave. You're a contract slave for really 8 years. You signed up for that first enlistment, that 3 years, you owe the Army 5. So if anything break out between them and there, if they need you, then and there, they gonna come get you, man. You gotta come back, because you under contract, and ain't nothing you can do about it. Once you under contract, you can't say, oh no, I don't want to go to war, I don't want to fight. Man, you better get your ass on that plane. You deploying, man. And you're going to deploy in this war, and you're not going to come back, man. And that's when the real wake-up call. A lot of you women going to try to get in order when all hell breaks loose on your ass, man. When you forced to go into that military. A lot of you young women that don't want to listen to your parents, you don't want to listen to your fathers, you don't want to listen to your mothers, you ungrateful, you undisciplined, your ass is going. Your ass is going to that draft, man. And that's your fucking ass, man. Straight up. And you're going to get over there, and you're going to fight and die. And you ain't coming back to America. America is going to be completely wiped out. Ain't going to be no Toby Keith singing on a microphone, American born, American. None of that bullshit. Billy Ray Cyrus ain't going to break out with the achy breaky heart. Nah. America's going to be destroyed. The American forces are going to be completely obliterated by Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. And there's nuclear war. And not only the American military, but all the world militaries are going to be destroyed, man. But they're going to go over there and fight. You're going to go over there. You're going over there. You know? And that's the thing. A lot of you jakes, you sign these contracts and you don't know what you're signing. You don't think about what you're doing. How can somebody feel sorry for you if you're not thinking about what you're doing? Nobody at this point, it's still voluntary. You signed that contract, you had to put your name on that line. You had to go to basic training and work. When I went to basic training, I remember my drill sergeant telling me, hey man, y'all prepare for war. This is like in 99. He's like, hey, prepare for war. You going to war. He said every 20 years, America goes to war. Every 20 years. You literally just got out of the Afghanistan and Iraq wars, and now you about to go right back to the Third World War. You see how quick that was? You see how quick that was, man? You see, and they still have a presence in the Middle East, man. You know? They still have a presence in the Middle East. So at the end of the day, you're gonna have to suffer that, man. You're gonna have to suffer what you signed up for, man. That'll teach you not to sign up no contracts and try to escape. But I know you lived in poverty, you want to go to college and all this other shit. You ain't had no money, whatever, you know. And a lot of these people say, there's a video floating around YouTube where people being asked, why did you join the military? And none of them are excited to fight. None of them people that say they signed up for the military, both men and women, sign up for the military, are even happy to be there. These people, they're like, man, I signed up for a Camaro, or I signed up to go to college, or I signed up for some citizenship. But you ain't know that shit came with a price, man. Of life. You didn't know that came with a price, and that price is your life, man. Possibly your life. And that's why we telling Jay, hey, if you got an opportunity, get the fuck out that shit. Get out. Get out. And a lot of people did, especially when they didn't take the juice. They got out. They got put out. You know? So nobody's going to feel bad for you because you signed up for something and now you got to go fight. And even if you didn't sign up and you get drafted, you're going. A lot of the men out here, A lot of you thug niggas out here, you want to shoot people up. You want to be a gang maker. You want to be a Call of Duty in real life, man. Guess what, man? You gonna get that Call of Duty in real life, and you gonna go fight. A lot of the men are gonna die in the war. You don't know that. A lot of you women gonna be without men. You're gonna be without protection out here, man. And when them troopers come over here, when them Russians, them Chinese, them NATO troops, okay, and them troops from other countries get over here, they gonna have no love for you, man. Ain't gonna be no put what's going on over here on the internet and show what's happening so they can stop it. The world is not gonna cry for you. There's gonna be the whole world gonna be engulfed in a fight, man. And we're telling you this through the scriptures. You know? No Israelite should be joining the military, man. None. No Israelite. No Israelite, no Negro, Latino, Native American, man, woman, or child that go back to us on their father's side, or people that go back to us on their father's side, but may look like the other nations, should be signing up for this man's military, man. You're an idiot. You're an idiot. You're an idiot. And we can say that out of experience. I'm not saying that because we ain't been down there. I know many people that did 20 and 30 years. You ask them a day tomorrow, hey, would you go back? They were like, hell no. Hell no. So that told you that ain't something that you should be doing, man. Now, some of us, we were warriors in our past lives, man. We probably in the Roman army in our past lives, so we end up being in the Roman army in this life, man. But a lot of you women, you go to that military for vanity purposes, man. Straight up. Ain't no woman supposed to be fighting at all, because that's what you're going to get. A bunch of crying and sighing. And look, man, and you a Jake, they definitely don't give a damn about you, man. They don't care about you, man. And then I'm like, yo, where's her leadership at? I see a lot of standards, because I know a lot of people that's in the military, and I can see the standards change from hair, from the way they wear their hair to the way they wear their beards. When I was in the military, you weren't even allowed to have a beard. Women weren't allowed to have hair past their collar, man, or have it swinging past their collar. Now they just walking around looking raggedy as shit. Raggedy, man. Where they leadership, they ain't got no positive control over their soldiers, so they all on social media. Everything's a fucking game. You exposing military information. These people are done, and that's America's fighting force, man. It's weak, man. It's weak compared to what them fighting forces overseas, man, who battle hardened, man. And hey, Russian military, they're getting practice right now for this Third World War. The Ukrainian military are getting practice for this Third World War, man. They're getting practice, man. Meanwhile, you got American soldiers complaining. I didn't sign up for this. I don't know why I gotta go through this. Why I gotta go through this? You don't understand how we can just be grabbed up in 24 hours and deployed. So the fuck what, man? You sign up for this shit, you gonna go. And that's another thing that's dying in America. American patriotism is dying because the truth is coming out about this place, man. And as you think you fighting for a righteous cause, you're not fighting for American freedom. You sign up to the military. Less than 1% of America's population signs up for the military and goes active duty and do 2 to 3 years in the military. Less than 1% of the population. So you ain't fighting for nobody's freedom, man. When you sign up for the army, you ain't signed up to defend nobody's freedom, man. And what is freedom? What is the freedom to do wickedness? Because that's all you got. That's all you got is freedom to do evil and wickedness. You can't do righteousness here. You ain't free to do that. You ain't free to speak up. Oh, you're speaking against the military. Listen, bro. Your own military is speaking against you, man. You know, look at them. They're all weak, man. They're complaining about being in the military. Your job is to be in the military. It's to defend the Constitution. Like you said, you wouldn't defend the Constitution, then you gonna defend it. You know, but you don't understand that. You sign up. When you sign up to that military, you're a soldier of the elite, of the bankers, man. You belong to them because these countries, they're no more countries, they're corporations, and they belong to the bankers, man. Even that dude, what's his name? Man, what's his man name? Ugly ass, small head. He said that he said that troops he called troops stupid, man. I forget his name. He was a state Kissinger, Henry Kissinger, man. He made a sly remark about military soldiers, man, and called them stupid, man. You know? Because, see, the super elite, the wealthy, their kids don't go to the military. They don't join the military. They get exemptions, man. These state senators, these U.S. senators, their kids, they get exemptions. They don't got to go fight when the draft comes. But the poor got to go fight. The poor, the so-called middle class, the low middle class, they got to go and fight, man. You over here dying for bankers' wars, man. That's all that shit is, man. This Third World War is just a war for the bankers in their minds to consolidate the world resources, man. But in reality, it's going to be in the spirit and word of GMSHAWAII, it's going to be to destroy the militaries, man. You're not going to bounce back from this shit, man. You countries, you're not going to bounce back from this war that's coming. And right now, they're making Putin the new boogeyman. Y'all done forgot about the juice, the juice. Y'all forgot about the juice, you know. And now y'all worried about going to war. Shit, man. Hey, listen, man. It's a natural thing to be frightened about something, but once you in it, you in it. You can't turn back. You got to go through it. We all in shit. We all in the military in some form of fashion. Either you in GMSHAWAII's military or you in Satan's military. And if you sign up for that U.S. Army military period, you're in Satan's army. You part of Satan's angels. You are one of Satan's angels, and you're going to be set up to fight against the Lord, and you're going to die. Point blank simple. You're going to die. You're going to be one of those bodies in the valley of Hamon, getting buried by the super elite when we come out of them chariots, man. And your spirit is going to be in the spirit world, ready to come back as a brand new baby if you want to our people. Point blank simple. It's too late to cry. You didn't sign it on the dotted line. Now you crying about deploying. Oh, I didn't sign up for this. Oh, I don't understand why I got to go through this. And it's the women, man. Bro, I actually seen women freeze the fuck up when we crossed the border from Kuwait to Iraq, man. Crying and shit. Like, what the fuck is you crying for, man? We already out here, man. You know what I'm saying? And they be the first ones to run up into the medical facilities to say they got a PTSD. You know, and they'll get it. They'll get the PTSD diagnosis and all of that shit. You know what I'm saying? They'll get it. They'll get it because these women, they know how to manipulate the system, man. You know, so nobody feels. Hey, listen, man. I don't feel sorry for nobody that do that shit. We telling you, we warning you, we giving you the warning to get out of that shit while you got an opportunity, while you got a chance. And if you don't want to get out, hey, that's your fault, man. Ain't nobody finna be sitting here coddling you, but that's what social media does. Social media creates a platform for people to seek out a pity party. Yeah, this chick right here, I'm on her page. I'm on her page right now. This is the chick that was complaining about the military. She says, who want to give me a reading?
Alright, so TikTok, you gonna y'all don't have to worry, this is not an army post, so leave me alone. Anyway. But yeah, TikTok, cause we're gonna have to talk. Yeah, it's 7 in the morning. Ooh, y'all hear me? Yeah, it's definitely 7 in the morning. But I'm literally scrolling, you know, my morningly scroll. And for some good goddamn reason, I've been getting all these, you know, when they be doing the little ratings or whatever. You know, I'll be okay. You know, I'll entertain it. Because, you know, I believe that stuff, but I don't, you know, I'm not too gung-ho hard on it. But all three of these damn things, they've been saying the same thing. So, what you trying to tell me, TikTok? Or is it, you know, somebody of a higher power? Okay, but really, honestly, though, like, I need somebody that's gonna give me a reading.
See, here you go. Witchcraft. That's the nigga. That's the woman for you, bro. And this is what she. If you're in the military, drop your branch and job. Look at this shit. This is what they do. I'm supposed to feel sorry for this bitch. She's gonna die in the military, and she ain't got no rank either. So she's done. She's done. If she ain't slutting it out.
So and then this will probably just be the last. So this is a comment.
Somebody asked, I was wondering if you can say no if they deploy you, or can you drop out the military so you don't have to? No, you can't, nigga. Your ass is going over there. If they got to separate you from the military, and they'll deploy you first, then redeploy your ass back and separate you when they get back, man. You know what I'm saying?
That I will actually address because she honestly doesn't know. So technically speaking, you can say no, but along with saying no is going against your orders, your general orders. And this will be in Article 15, and I'm sure some other than honorable to dishonorable discharge. Basically, if you're saying no and then you don't go, it's basically, I'm pretty sure, basically the equivalent of going AWOL.
Yeah, man.
So, first, I really want to say, and despite what a lot of people may think, people don't join the military in hopes of going to war. Of course, we know it's a possibility, but people don't join the military for war. I don't personally know anyone who has.
What do you think? Well, like I said, what do you think that you join the military for, man? What, to look good? To sit back in the rear and collect a check? Nah, you going to fucking war. You going to war. You bitches, you men and women are going to war. Let me get this real quick, man. Hey, the bullshit is over, man. The day of the Geechee is over. The day of the bullshit is over, man. Female draft. This is female draft. It says Congress moves towards October 2021. Congress moves toward requiring women to register for the draft. That's right. Despite defeat in the Congress, advocates say they'll keep pushing for women to want to be required to register for selective service, man. Congress moves towards requiring women to register for the draft, man. So look at this shit. Look, America's fighting for us. Look at this shit. This is America's fighting for us, bro. They gonna fucking be destroyed, bro. They gonna be wiped out. The first 5 minutes of a real natural war, you out of here, man. You done, man. You finished. Finito. You're gone. You know? It says the 19th explains, could women qualify for the draft someday? Here's what you need to know. As the law currently stands, every male citizen and immigrant, regardless of legal status, between the ages of 18 and 26, must register for selective service system. The agency responsible for running a draft. Representative Christy Hoolan of Pennsylvania, a Democrat and former U.S. Air Force officer, wants to strike the word male from the bill and expand the registration to all Americans, regardless of race, color, sex, or gender. See? And it's gonna get, this war is gonna be so bad that men Shlakia. This is 1 Thessalonians 5:3. It says, for when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction shall come upon them as travail a woman with child, and they shall not escape. Right, because this place is in a mindset that it's going to be some peace and safety coming up, and your leaders are going to tell you that. But when that happens, it's going to be all destruction is going to fall upon you, man. Ain't no peace and safety coming to this place, man. This is Jeremiah 30:6. All right. It says, ask ye now and see whether a man doth travail with child. Wherefore do I see every man with his hands on his loins, as a woman in travail, and all faces turn to paleness, man. You see? Because when this third war break out, Yahushua is coming back, man. And you people are going to be scared. Okay, you're gonna be shook. It says, and the times that we coming in as well are gonna be terrible, man. So if men gonna be afraid, how much more women? If men of war, men of strength gonna be shook and scared, how much more how much more women when this thing go down, man? Because you ain't gonna be able to turn the feminist button on and all of a sudden you're gonna be the, you know, the proud butch that's going to defeat, you know, you're gonna be a heroine, man. That is not gonna happen, man. That is not gonna happen, man. If men are gonna be afraid, then women gonna be 10 times more afraid, man. And this is gonna be the time during Jacob's trouble as well. Okay? So when war breaks out, hey, that's a time for you to be alert. You know? But you know, this is what these women want. This is an old girl right here all dressed up in the mirror and shit in the barracks, dressed up to go nowhere, man. You know?
Time for Disney Pop Quiz. 5 questions about.
Yeah, man. Ain't nobody feel bad for you people, man. You signed up for it, you gonna get it. Look at her crying and shit.
I'm gonna try to keep it together. But so I just want to make this TikTok because I was just on live this morning, and of course we all know Russia invaded Ukraine. But in this TikTok, like, of course, you know, okay, I'm in uniform, everybody knows what's going on. So, of course, everybody coming in with the Ukraine, Russia, and all of that, you know, comments or whatever, asking questions. And I'm just like, I'm not here for that. I'm not addressing any of that. But then, like, it's just like, I really hated how people are so insensitive, especially, like, and it's like, it's the civilians. But they're so insensitive to, like, what military people really go through. This is my first term. And like, it's like, y'all, like, what makes me so mad is like, y'all are so insensitive. Y'all want to talk about, oh, this is what you signed up for, this is what you, nobody goes into the military wanting to go to war, thinking they're going to go to war.
Yeah, well, guess what? You going to war. You going to war. I'm going to tell you that right now, man. War is going to happen. This is, war is coming. This is Revelation 11 and 14. Revelation 11 and 14. It says, the second woe is past. That's the second world war. And behold, the third woe cometh quickly. So there it is. That's the third world war. And it's not going to be a fourth world war. Because this third world war is going to be fought with nuclear weapons, man. So you ain't going to escape that. This is Isaiah 9 and 5. It says, for every battle of the warrior is with confused noise and garments rolled in blood, but this shall be with burning and fuel of fire, man. See, these old wars, they were fought with rolled up garments and, you know, knives, and it was a bloody affair, man. But this war is going to, even World War I and World War II, those were bloody affairs, even though they were using bombs and guns. Okay, and but this one is going to be fought with missiles, man, nuclear missiles, man. All right, so this war is going to be way different than any other war that's ever taken place, man. Because all these other conflicts, those weren't wars. The Iraq War, the Vietnam War, those are just conflicts, man. But this world war is going to involve all these different world nations, especially America and Russia, and they're going to go head to head, man. And eventually, America's own allies is going to turn against it, man. So if that woman that was crying about going to war, if she was smart, she would get the hell out of it. She would find a way to get the hell out, man. See, I don't want to get a negative discharge because I can't move on with my life. Nigga, no, you can move on with your life. You ain't catch a felony. That's not going to stop you from getting a job. I know plenty of people who got out so-called dishonorably or other than honorably, and they're living their life, man. They're good. You know, but see, that's the way Esau does things. If you don't want to do things his way, he'll make life hard for you for the rest of your life if he can. If somebody don't want to fight, they shouldn't fight. I'll get that in the scriptures, man. It says This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 20, verse 8. It says, and the officers shall speak further unto the people, and they shall say, what man is there that is fearful and faint-hearted? Let him go and return unto his house, lest his brother's heart faint as well as his heart. So we have a law that this is the law on war. I'm gonna actually go to that. This is the book of Deuteronomy, okay, chapter 20. All right, and verse 1. It says, when thou goest out to battle against thine enemies, and seest horses and chariots and people more than thou, be not afraid of them. For the Lord GMSHAWAII thy God is with thee, which brought thee up from the land of Egypt. And it shall be, when ye come nigh unto the battle, that the priest shall approach and speak unto the people, and shall say unto them, hear, O Israel, ye approach this day unto battle against your enemies. Let none of your hearts faint, fear not, and do not tremble, neither be ye terrified because of them. For Yahweh your God is he that goeth with you to fight for you against your enemies, to save you. And the officers shall speak unto the people, saying, what man is there that have built a new house and have not dedicated it? Let him go and return to his house, lest he die in a battle and another man dedicate it. So if you was a young man, you had a house, you just got you a crib, you built you a home, you wasn't supposed to go to and you haven't dedicated it yet, you're not supposed to go to war, all right, unless you die and another man take your spot. So that word for dedicated is the Hebrew word that is hanak. It says to train, to dedicate, to inaugurate, to train up. So here it is, you just got you a crib, and you're not supposed to go to the war, man. Okay, that's a law. And it says, verse 6, a man and what man is it who have planted a vineyard and have not eaten of it? So even those men that planted a vineyard and you ain't get to eat the fruits of that vineyard yet, you ain't going to war, man. It says, let him also go and return unto his house, lest he die in a battle and another man eat of it. And what man is there that have betrothed a wife and have not taken hers? Let him go and return to his house, lest he die in battle and another man take her. So here it is. If a war broke out and you just got married, and your woman back then was a virgin, and you ain't get to lay with her yet, you know what I'm saying? But the war broke out, hey, you're not going to war. Because if you go, another man going to take your wife. And that happens a lot in the military. A lot of these soldiers, they just get married so you can get the extra BAH, the extra family pay, the extra hazard pay. But they ain't even get to build a relationship with their woman. And they get deployed. Guess what? Your woman's on another man's lap. And you end up dying in the war, another man's going to spend your inheritance, man. So if you was a man that just got a house and didn't dedicate it, if you were you set a vineyard up and you didn't get to eat the fruits of it, or if you was a man that just betrothed a wife and you didn't get to lay with her, you ain't going to war, man. You're not going to war, even if you were fighting age. Let's keep on reading. It says, verse 8, the officers shall speak further unto the people. They shall say, what man is there that is fearful and faint-hearted? Let him go and return unto his house, lest his brethren's heart faint as well as his heart. So, and it shall be, when the officers have made an end of speaking unto the people, that they shall make captains of the armies to lead the people. So if you was that woman, she's fearful of war, and she's really faint-hearted. So when she see a man get his head blown off in front of her, somebody burn up, when she see the eyes of the enemies, she's gonna lose her shit. She's gonna have a nervous breakdown, bro. She gonna freeze up, just like Jessica Lynch did in Iraq, man. War is not a place for women, man. But see, Esau, he put women in his military all throughout the world. And I ain't seen the Ukrainians, they putting women in their military. Women are signing up to fight for their country. I ain't seen no women in the Russian army. But A lot of these Edomite armies and these other nation armies, they put women in their ranks, man. What they don't realize, what they sowing in their ranks is fear and faint-heartedness, man. Because I guarantee you, ain't none of these bitches gonna get. Ain't no such thing as G.I. Jane, man. Ain't no such thing as G.I. Jane, man. Don't let that Demi Moore movie fool you. Ain't no such thing as G.I. Jane. If you are not fit, if you scared, you should not be on the field, man. Because fear spreads, faint-heartedness spreads, and look, the Most High didn't make you feel bad. He didn't make nobody feel. He didn't make nobody feel bad about not joining the military to fight. If you scared, then stay home. Ain't nobody gonna make you feel bad. If you scared, then stay home. Ain't nobody gonna make you feel bad about not wanting to fight. You know what I'm saying? But see, Esau, he'll do that. He'll ruin your life because you afraid to fight for him, man. Like old girl said, you got to go through a whole mess of things in order to get out. No, you cannot just say, no, I don't want to go to war. If that was the case, everybody would say that shit. There would be no draft, man. You got to go. And I've been there. You know what I'm saying? I went to Iraq 3 times, bro. You think I wanted to go to that shit? You think I wanted to go back down that fucking road? But I had to go because I was in that shit. You know? You know what I'm saying? A lot of Jake don't understand what they sign up for, even in this truth. And Elder Apostle Ricard just did a video this morning about that, man. You got to know what you in, man. We're in the military. And if you're afraid of Esau, of men and what man can do, hey, guess what? You don't need to be around us, man. If you don't understand the severity, that's the thing. Jake get into stuff and don't understand the severity or the seriousness of the things they're in. We're in the military, man. We're part of GMSHAWAII's military, man. What you think? You just, I just signed up to be an Israelite because I'm an Israelite and I'm good. Nah, man. You signed up for the military. You are going to fight. This is 2 Timothy 2:3. Thou therefore endure hardness as a good soldier of Yahushua and Mashiach. No man that warreth entangle himself with the affairs of this life. Unlike soldiers or military people of this world, they entangle themselves with the affairs of this world. They entangle themselves with the affairs of this world, and they're constantly thinking about this, but you're not thinking about the task at hand, man. When you come into this truth, your mindset can't be about this world. You shouldn't be talking about owning a house. Even Apostle Hart said, even going to college, man, trying to be the college man. Now, if you getting paid to go, they giving you money or something like that, I can understand why somebody would do that. But at this point, it ain't no reason to do that shit because it ain't for nothing. You going to school to acquire a whole bunch of fucking debt for what? You trying to be the entrepreneur, the big time entrepreneur. You know, you got to put your whole spirit into the world when you're in the world, man. So when you in the truth, you got to put your whole spirit into that. So again, no man that warreth entangle himself with the affairs of this life, that he may please him who have chosen him to be a soldier, man. So the Lord GMSHAWAII has called us, Lord willing, chosen us to be soldiers in his army. You can't be concerned with the affairs of the world, man. Now you got to move and you got to operate in it, but you can't be, your mind, your heart can't be focused on those things, man. When you sign up for this thing, you got to know what you're getting into. You got to know that your life is in the balance, man. You got to know that you coming up against a world system. You got to know that GMSHAWAII is going to protect you. You got to know that your life doesn't belong to you any longer. You got to know, okay, that you no longer belong to yourself, man. Okay? Straight up. All right? You got to know that the spirit, the truth, the work comes first before anything. Hey, if you're in the military, guess what? The military comes before your family. The military don't care. The military don't care if you so let me move my car real quick. The military don't care if you just had a baby, you know what I'm saying, or you just bought a crib. They don't care about none of that. If it's time to deploy, your ass is deploying. Point blank simple. Okay? You deploying, you gone. Ain't no justifying that. Ain't no I'll quit. See, people, they like to quit when times get tough for them. Hey, when you in this truth, it's gonna get real tough, man. You're gonna lose a whole lot more than you gonna gain. But whatever you lose, if you lose it for the sake of GMSHAWAII, you gain life, man. Any man that finds his life in this world, you're gonna lose it, man, because this place is gonna be destroyed. This whole system is gonna be destroyed. Esau Edom is already lost, man. It's already written. He don't win. Satan and his angels don't win. They lose horribly, man. They militaries get eviscerated, man. So why in the hell would you want to sign up for the military, man? This man don't care about you, man. But again, you got to know what you signed up for. That woman, she didn't know what she signed up for. She don't understand what she signed up for. She looking like this, all broke, busted, and disgusted. Well, she don't know what she signed up for. And millions more, hundreds of thousands of more, you troops, you sailors, you airmen, you whatever, you Marines, you do not know what you signed up for. You signed up to be Operation Human Shield, man. And Esau can use you as much as he want, you know, because you his whooping stick, man. That's why I don't pay to be in there. And the knowledge is out there. The information is out there. You ain't gotta join the military, man. You ain't gotta go to college. If you can make millions out this place, if that's something that you really wanted to, without doing any of those things, man. That old age added, I decided to go to college. For what? I can see if you done did the time. I can see if you done did the time or whatever. Or whatever, and you got the GI Bill, and you can go and get paid. But that was then. You can't. Hey, now, hey, you done, man. You should have got out a long time ago, got the GI Bill, and they would have paid you to go to school, gave you a stipend to go to school. At least you ain't got no debt. At least you get the check every month. But see, you can't manipulate that shit right now, because right now it's wartime, man. Wartime is coming, man. And this thing may cool down, it may not. It may exacerbate and get hotter. That's because the Lord is bringing this thing to an end. But again, you got to know what you signed up for. Hey, signing up for the military is not like signing up for the military is not like, you know, signing a guest list to a party, man. You got to know what you signed up for when you do that shit. Because once you sign that dotted line, your behind is Uncle Sam's, man. And then, like the truth, once you cross that line over to be a prophet, to do the work, once you put your hand to the plow, you can't look back. You cannot look back. If you do look back, meaning go back into the world, meaning get re-enchanted, disenchanted, re-enchanted with the world and disenchanted with the truth. Guess what, man? You're not going to be fit for the kingdom. This is Luke chapter 9. Verse 62, and GMSHAWAII said unto him, no man having put his hand to the plow and looking back is fit for the kingdom of the Most High. So once you come into this truth, you can't just go back into the world like you was never in the truth. You ain't never heard his word. Now there are men that come amongst us and they fall out, they fall back into the world. That's an example for us not to do with the things they're doing, man. You got men that lack faith, That's an example to us not to lack faith, because that can happen to you. All right? But when you come into this truth, you got to know what you signed up for, man. You got to know that, hey, you're constantly putting your life on the line and risking your freedom to push the word of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. You got to know that. You got to know that you're going to have to fight demons. You're going to have to rebuke demons, cast them out. You're going to know that you're going to have to suffer, man. Because Yahweh Shai suffered. We are partakers in his suffering. This is Salakia. This is 1 Peter 4:13. It says, but rejoice in so much as ye are partakers of Hamashiach's sufferings, that when his glory shall be revealed, ye may be glad also with exceeding joy. Right? Because we're partakers in his suffering. So the suffering that we're suffering in his truth, we suffer the losses. We suffer the defamation. We suffer the evil of the wicked of our people. We suffer Esau in this system. We got to suffer a lot, man. But we should rejoice in that we're partakers in Yahweh Shai's suffering, because hey, we got to suffer hate. They hated Yahweh Shai, they gonna hate us, man. They lied on Yahweh Shai, they gonna lie on us, man. So we know we signed up. The men that are sincere in this truth, hey, they know what they signed up for, man. And you got men in the military that's sincere, man. They know that they signed up to die in the military. They knew that that was going to be a part of what they signed up for, man. And it always comes to a point where you're like, man, I ain't signed up for this shit. But guess what? Once you in the shit, you in the shit. Once you're deployed, you can't get on a plane and go back home. It don't work that way. They coming to get you, man. They got something called desertion rules, man. Somebody in the middle of the war and they just leave and go do something else. That's called desertion. You going to prison, man. If you don't die. And there's plenty of stories about that, man. So again, you got to know what you signed up for. This generation, this generation that we live in now, they don't understand the impact, the seriousness of life, man. And the decisions that they make, the impact or the decisions that they make. And then they want to cry about it when reality hits them, man. You got to know what you signed up for. That's why America's force is through. Because the vast majority of these young troops, these young soldiers, these young Marines or whatever, they don't realize what they signed up for. You didn't sign up in a military for a fucking Camaro. You didn't sign up to go to college. If you really wanted to go to college, you would have went to college, man. You would have went to college first, then went to the military and got them to pay for your loans. But you still signed up for the military. You see? But you didn't have discipline enough to sit down in a school and learn some bullshit. So you had to find some discipline in the military. That was your lot. Don't cry about it now. When you see these real troops, when you see these hardened, battle-hardened troops getting busy, don't cry about it now. Just get busy. Know what you signed up for, man. And so that will say shalom, on to the next, man.